Disney movie, and it has been with me since my childhood time. And I always think that behind every Disney movie, there is a meaningful story that they would like to convey. So I would go with a Disney movies. And if I were to pick one of the Disney movie, I would go with High School Musical. Yeah. So why I picked High School Musical is because I personally am the person that likes music and dance. So I I find that they combine these two elements very nicely. That's why I picked this. And yes, Troy is handsome. That's all from me. Thank you. And back to you, Tiami. Table topic master.
Thank you, Jean, for your sharing. Yes, I can feel you and totally understand what you're trying to say. Yes, it's nostalgic. High School Musical is also one of my childhood memories lah. I watch it when I'm growing up as a teenager or kids even. Okay, next, I'd like to ask for second person who would like to give it a try. I can see a lot of people did not turn on their video. Let's call out these people. You don't think you are safe if you are
sorry.
Yeah, Michael.
I give it a try.
Yes, good, Michael. Yes, I okay, sorry, let me share my screen first. Which number would you like to pick?
Number 2.
Number 2, okay. Okay, what's your favorite food? Michael, what's your favorite food? Most of the question is about your favorite things for this meeting today. You would like Chinese?
Okay, sure. Let me pin the timer.
Okay, you choose. Okay.
Okay, timer. Okay. What is my favorite food? It is a question that I have gotten since from a lot of people since I was born. To be honest, being Malaysian, food is a staple part of everyday societal interactions. As Malaysia, we are blessed with an abundance of different types of cuisines, from Malay, Chinese, Indian, and other foreign cuisines such as Japanese, French, and etc. However, if you were to ask me what my favorite food is, something that I will never get fed up of, something that I would eat every day, something that if you ask me, I had for my last meal of my life, I would definitely choose my late grandmother's Hainanese chicken rice as my favorite meal. This meal is something that, to be honest, I will never have it again because she has already passed, God rest her soul. The reason why I choose my grandmother's Hainanese chicken rice is because that was the dish that really inspired me to start to learn how to cook. I mean, I don't really cook very that gaudily like what you see in MasterChef and all, but to be able to cook to feed myself, and that made me realize how cooking is such a beautiful thing to bring people together, because I believe food brings people together. So what makes my grandma's Hainanese chicken rice so special is because I know when I go to grandma's house to eat Hainanese chicken rice, there's something big going on, whether it's Chinese New Year or whether if it's some festival, Lantern festival, or etc. So her Hainanese chicken rice is prepared very much with a lot of care and a lot of love, which reflects her demure personality, and it always tastes good, regardless of whether I'm 3 years old or I'm 15 years old or 18 years old when I last had the chicken rice. So in short, in a nutshell, definitely my aunt's Hainanese chicken rice. I have thankfully I've been able to learn that recipe, and I have cooked it. I have cooked that recipe for myself few times, on a few occasions. But however, there is nothing that beats grandma's Hainanese chicken rice for the rest of my life. Thank you. Back to you, table topic master, MJ.
Thank you, Michael, for your sharing. I can definitely feel your love towards your grandmother Hainanese chicken rice. Makes me want to have a try. If possible, maybe you can cook it and bring some for us in the future. Okay, thank you, Michael, for sharing. Next, okay, let me see who's the next lucky person. Kelly, are you there? Kelly, will you like to try? Are you able to join the table topic session?
Yeah, okay.
Can okay, not busy with babies. Okay, let me share my screen. Or if you're busy, you can say no forcing. Which number would you like?
Yeah. Number one.
Number one. Would you like to have it in Chinese? Would you like to give it a try in Chinese or you prefer English? What's your favorite pastime activity?
Yeah, can try in Mandarin.
Okay, Mandarin. 你空闲时的活动 pastime activities.
Okay.
Okay. The floor is yours.
大家晚上好。我空闲的时候呢，其实是最喜欢去安排去爬山、去潜水、去跑步，就是做各种各样的户外活动。那是我大概2年前的事情了，这些活动。可是到现在我还是很喜欢，只不过现在呢，因为生了孩子，有了现在3个月的宝宝，所以变成了我就没有办法能这么自由的，就是去参与户外的活动。所以呢，现在我最常做的事情是，当宝宝在睡觉的时候，我常常会做的事情就是上网，看影片，还有就是找一些资料，就是关于每个月宝宝发育发展的那个需求跟他的环境，就是要怎么去准备，然后需要买些什么东西给他，然后所以我每个月呢其实都因为宝宝成长得很快，所以我每个月都在学习新的东西，几乎每天都在上网查看，现在2月的时候，宝宝是应该常常会胀风，应该怎么做，应该怎么帮宝宝排气。那到3月的时候，他就开始要学翻身了，所以呢，我就需要准备那个环境，就是让他有地方可以翻身，就是那个床要就是平面的床，而不是那种弯曲的，不可以是太软的那个床，那他就没有办法翻身。然后他也开始学习要抓东西了，他要运用他的手指跟他手力，所以呢就需要买一些东西，然后适合给宝宝用手抓的，然后也可以放进嘴巴里面咬。所以呢，现在 每个月都在学习新的东西，所以其实一直都很忙。虽然是没有做很多工作，不过都是一直在学习这些东西，然后自己上网去找啊，就是需要买的东西就一直去寻找，然后有去妈妈询问啊，然后每个月他需要打的预防针，他的 vaccine 的话呢，宝宝的那个预防针也需要每个月去注意，就是要什么时候需要去打，去政府打，然后要去私人打啊。所以呢，各方面有很多很多的东西需要做啊。然后宝宝皮肤又有一点点的敏感，所以呢又有一些额外工作要做，就是要常常跟他抹身啊、抹脸啊，因为他皮肤比较敏感，对，所以就是几乎都很忙啦，就是这样子。所以这个就是我空闲时间会做的事情。好的，谢谢各位。Back to MJ.
Thank you, Kelly, for your sharing. Based on your sharing, what I understand is basically there's no free time activity after you have baby. Makes most of us here would think twice before we plan to have one in the future. Okay, thank you, Kelly, for your sharing. Okay, let's just have the next speaker, next brave soul. Let's see, is there any guests who are interested to give it a try? I can see Jenny, Asrin, Edwin. Anyone would like to give it a try? You guys still there? Because
can I volunteer?
Can? Okay, RG, Safura. Okay.
Just putting my head on the chopping block.
Okay. Which question do you like to choose? We have 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, let's go with 5.
Okay, 5. What's your favorite sports? Safura, what's your favorite sports? The floor is yours.
This topic reminds me of what happened when I was in university. I was studying in University Kebangsaan Malaysia, a local university, where if you know how Malaysians are, we're pretty conservative bunch, especially the Malay group. My favorite sport is swimming. Although I am not good at it, I love the water. When I was in University Kebangsaan Malaysia, one thing that I was really focused on is being active in sports. And I chose to stay in Kamsis Rahim Kajai, which is actually a sport-based hostel. And I chose to join the swimming club. Believe it or not, I was the only Malay girl in the swimming club. Because as you know, as I mentioned just now, Malays in UKM, they're pretty conservative sort. But I am the one who always liked to live at the edges of my comfort zone. So when I joined, the first thing that I had to do was, of course, compete. And again, as I said, it's my favorite sport, but I'm not the competitive type. Just to fulfill the request, I contested in the university level swimming heat. And as I mentioned, I wasn't really good at it. So it was a freestyle event where originally I swam freestyle. Then halfway, I was out of stamina. So I changed to breaststroke, which usually doesn't happen when you're in a swimming competition. At the end of it, of course, I was last. And the best part was actually after the contest, my coach of the club called me aside and said, Safura, I think in future, you shouldn't contest, but you could be the manager of the team. So I guess it was a nice way for him to say to me, Safura, you look ugly in a swimming suit because your body is not athletic at all. And you managed to break the record of doing 2 swimming styles in the contest. So that is my story about my favorite sport, which is swimming. I still love doing it, although I don't have the stamina. 2 years of not doing it doesn't help, but I look forward to going to this pool and showing off my limited ability. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Safura, for your sharing. What an interesting one that you swim 2 different strokes in one lap, is it? Well, at least you try. What else can we say, right? It's better than giving up. And then just to clarify, just now, Jen did mention that I'm a state player. No, actually, I'm not a state player. Don't be fooled by him. Okay, next, let us have 2 more brave souls to go because I believe there's still time. I think that I saw Hui Chi just joined us. Hui Chi would like to give it a try. We have question 4 and 6 left. Would you like to try it in English or Mandarin? The choice is yours.
Nice table topic session, right? Sorry, I just joined.
Yes, table topic session.
Number 4 or number 6?
Yes.
I don't know, number 4 lah.
Number 4, okay. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite song? Or would you like to have it in Chinese? 你最喜欢的歌 also can. The choice is yours.
This is a very interesting question. What's your favorite song? The most interesting part is actually I don't have a favorite song. So since I was small till I grew up till now, I'm not growing anymore. And I don't really find any particular artist that I like. The most that I listened was only all the music from the radio station. And I'll say, what is the music to my ear? That would be someone who is speaking from the heart, especially like our passionate GE Safra Atan. Her speech always can touch people's hearts. And you want to know the secret how? You can ask her later on. I'm not sure how she managed to do it. If the cat is just like a magician. Or Malati, your speech always touch people's heart as well. So I will say that all the speeches that have wonderful message that touch people's heart to do something that intrigue the motion into everyone to do something. That is the most beautiful song that I can ever hear about it. So if you want to become a better speaker, look back and reflect how these good speakers can touch your heart. What they have done right. Learn from them and eventually will become a good speaker like them, especially like our GE Safra Atan. Where's the timer? I can't see the timer. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Hui Chi. Good try, good sharing, even though it's not really related to song, but you are able to convert it into insightful message that keep on pushing us to improve on how we can improve in our speech. With that, I would like to give it to you. And then I think it's time's up already. Thank you everyone who joined for this session today. Next, I would like to pass it to Toastmaster of the evening, Natalie.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters. Table topic master, MJ. It was a very peaceful table topic session without any disruption. Now, I'm sure those who have participated in the table topics just now would probably like to know how well you have done and what are the areas of improvement, right? To know this, Can you please help me welcome our table topics evaluator, Milton? Toastmasters Milton. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie, Toastmaster of the evening. And before that, we would like to have a poll is ready and you can vote for your best speaker. While you are voting, I will go on with my evaluation for the table topic session. First of all, we have the first speaker, which is Jin Yi. Your topic is what's your favorite movie? When you are mentioned about this topic, you mentioned about the genre that you like, which is from Disney. And behind every Disney movie, you mentioned that there is a story and there is a thing going on with the Disney movie. And the movie that you like the most is High School Musical, in which that you mentioned you like music and dancers, in which that you can bring home message for the audience, such as in the High School Musical, you can mention what is the story that is mentioned, because like me myself, I never watched before the High School Musical, but I do watch some Disney movie that I like, such as Lion King. It teach me not to give up, in which that he is being abandoned from his kingdom and he went back and take back his throne. So probably you can insert some of the bring home message for the audience. And besides that, your time that I noticed is not up to there because I haven't saw the green light up yet. For table topic, it's better to have your green light before you stop your session. And this is the two note that probably you can take back is, first of all, bring home message for the audience. And second of all, take note of the time. And the second speaker, Michael, what's your favorite food? I do notice that you talk about our culture in Malaysia, which is that we have a lot of cuisine in Malaysia. And I do apologize because during half of your speech, I have a phone call and I am not able to catch much of your speech. But I do take note that you mentioned about your late grandmother Hainanese chicken rice. And of course, this is the thing that bring up what is your favorite food, your childhood memories, and in the nutshell, you give a conclusion to the audience, which is you tried the recipe and you cook it yourself. One thing probably you can improve is your confidence level, because I noticed that you have a lot of pause filler in your speech, which you are mentioning. Probably you can close off those speech pause filler. Yes, sorry, I was lagging a bit. The pause filler, and probably you can improve more on your confidence level. For Kelly's speech, probably your speech will be being evaluated by our president, because I'm in Mandarin, we mentioned as Sang Jiao Ren, I'm a banana, even though I understand your speech, but I can't give you an evaluation because it's in Chinese. And next, I would like to evaluate Safura. You volunteer yourself, even though all the three speaker is being chosen by the TTM. You volunteer yourself as the fourth speaker, and your title is what's your favorite sport, in which that you mentioned that you like to swim. You, even though you are not good at it, but you love the water. You had humor in your speech, in which that you bring the audience, like I saw our timers smile that you mentioned about you changing your freestyle into butterfly stroke. And besides that, you mentioned about your coach giving you encouragement in a subtle way, that he encouraged you to be the manager instead of the contestant in future. And of course, you did give the bring home message that you mentioned that you love swimming and you would like to go on for the future. Probably like mentioned by our president, probably you can seek out our our VPE, which is MJ. He's a coach as well. Probably you can find him in the future for swimming classes as well. And next is Hui Chi, our last speaker. What's your favorite song? You have a twist on your question, in which that you mentioned that you don't have a particular song that you like, but you mentioned about the music, in which every speaker should that touches your heart, or the music, what is music in your heart? That is the music, the song that touch your heart is a music in your ear. You change the twist about the question. And of course, you, like you mentioned, I always notice that you mention more about our Toastmaster every time you mention about speakers. So I think it's relate back to that and it's a job well done for that. And of course, one thing that you can probably improve as well is before you start, you can, like Michael, probably you pin the timer because you mentioned that you can't see the timer. And I also noticed the time is not up as well because I think it's lesser than 1 minute. And you mentioned about the previous speaker, which is Safura. This is one of the things that is not encouraged during table topic contest, because when you mention about the other speaker, that's mean you are disqualified. Of course, I do not encourage that if you are contesting. So that is my relation. And back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Natalie. Before that, of course, we still have another table topic relation by our president for Kelly.
To continue about the evaluation, this is in Mandarin. So 大家好，我觉得刚才 Kelly 的演讲做得非常好。为什么呢？因为当他在演讲的时候，我觉得他讲的每一个句子的时候都很有层次，就一个步骤一个步骤让我们跟得上。他一开始的时候他就跟我们讲，他以前非常喜欢上天下海，爬山啊，上天下海。可是现在做了妈妈，很多东西都做不到，变成了我觉得应该不是他一个他喜欢做的东西，是一个他应该做的东西。可是这个他没有讲到，所以这让我好奇，你现在做的东西，在你平时得空的时候做的东西，是不是你喜欢做的东西？或许下一次你讲的时候，你可以分享一下你的感受是什么。还有一个我觉得你可以进步的东西，就是我发现你在演讲的时候，你的眼球会一直动。对，这动的原因可能是因为你在想东西，你在想要讲什么。我建议以后如果你在想的时候，尽量看这个地方，或者是看着你自己的想。这样子的话，眼球动的原因是不好，是因为它让我分散了注意力。你在讲的时候，我注意了你的眼球，然后忘记了你在讲什么。所以以后你可以考虑的就是，第一个告诉我们你的感受是什么。第二个就是尽量不要动你的眼球太多。With that, back to you, Natalie.
Thank you very much to our evaluators. Now, this concludes the first half of our meeting today. But before we go for our intermission, we will like to take a group photo first. And please open your camera.
Farhan, Edwin, are you there? No worries, you just take a picture. Oh, hi, Farhan. Bian, over to you.
All right, I will help everyone to take the group photo. Is Avin there? If no, we will proceed for the photo taking. All right, is everyone ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we will have another photo freestyle. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you everyone for your cooperation. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
I thought All Star was free.
Maybe certain styles we need to pay for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
like,
actually.
just now, who's supposed need to pay? Later pay to our treasurer. Where's our treasurer? Our treasurer is our lovely Toastmasters of the evening. Later, please collect money.
Okay, back to you, TME.
Okay, so now it's our intermission and we will be back at 8:30 p.m. You can go for a break now.
Hello, Michael.
Hey Richie, hi, how are you?
Good. Are you okay? Why you look so tired?
Oh, because I literally just logged out of work like 5 minutes before the meeting, so still a bit blur, still a bit blurry. But yeah,
What do you do?
I'm actually a consultant with Ernst & Young, the accountancy firm.
Oh, consultant for EY.
Yeah, you know I mean, if you're familiar with the accounting, the Big Four accountancy firm.
Yeah, I know auditor lah. I don't know consultant. I maybe there are a few divisions. Sorry, I'm not very into accountants.
No, it's yeah. So yeah, so just so logged out about 5 minutes, about 15 minutes before the meeting. So still,
Yeah,
so still a bit mind still a bit full.
Yeah, true. That's life of Big Four, and also you're a professional chess player, right? Who play chess here?
Chess player, but haven't been playing for a while, but I think tournaments are starting to come up, so I will go back and start playing again soon. Once I'm a bit more free.
Oh, is it international or what? MJ nodding his head. He's your kaki in playing.
Used to play, but not professional like Michael. Play for fun only.
Well, you joining competition for chess, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have time. Yeah, just any tournaments in the country I just join regardless. I have time.
Wow, your chess level is go up to country level already.
So you represent Malaysia before lah.
No. It's just me personally finding chess tournaments and just play and meet new people. And that's all.
Oh, so Michael Lewis is a chess player, huh? Hi, Peter Tam here. Sorry, I'm late.
No worries.
Michael, you're a chess player, is it?
Yeah, I do play chess.
You play for school, then district, then a state, is it?
No. I never represented school, but it's just individually, individual competitions around the country.
Okay. Oh, so when do you start playing chess?
I started playing. I mean, I learned the game at a very young age. But I started playing competitively about.
Oh, you freeze up. Hi, Michael. Sorry, you started playing competitively when? Sorry, you
7 years ago when I was 21 years old. So yeah, that was just
right.
So
you're 28 now.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Okay, great. Maybe one day we can meet up for a game of chess.
I see. Sure, we'll do.
Yeah. I was a school player.
Okay, cool.
I just want to say, don't forget your shades.
The shade?
The shade. Your glasses, because apparently chess players very shiny. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if this is a scientific experiment, there's already 2 proof that chess does things that you wouldn't want to lose. Sorry,
you got the right chess, CHESS,
Not the chest, okay, chess.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me for what. I'll be back in a bit. I need to step up a bit.
Safura, it's good to see you. It's good to see you.
When I heard your voice, I knew it was you.
Oh, yeah. Something cropped up and then it was raining heavily and I got stuck in a jam all the way from PJ to Shah Alam 1.5 hours.
It's okay, Peter. Luckily, you are in time to join the second session, which is prepare speech lah, later. Now we are having intermission until 8:30 lah, 3 more minutes.
Yeah. No worries.
For you to catch a breath.
Okay. I go and grab something to eat first. I'll see you all shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Jenny. You're from which club?
Hi. I'm from Sunway Toastmasters.
Sunway.
Yeah, from I think we are different district or area.
I think I never been to Sunway before.
Ah,
I think so lah. Who is in your club?
Esther is my president, Esther Lim. And then my VPE is Benedict Leong. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I know Benedict. He's still. Oh, okay. I always get confused. Sunway Toastmasters Club and Sunway University Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, we're Sunway Toastmasters. But we do have Sunway Uni students coming into Sunway Toastmasters Club instead. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, interesting. So maybe I'll drop by your club one day lah.
And we have our club meetings on every second and fourth Thursday of the month.
Second and fourth Thursday. Sure. Drop by one day. 7 o'clock, is it?
7:30. Usually we start at 7:30. Yeah, 7:30, but until 10 o'clock.
Okay. So have you all conducted your club contest?
Yeah, I was the contest chair.
Ayo, you don't want to participate?
Because I haven't passed dynamic leadership 2. Like I'm still at dynamic leadership 2 yet. Still at level 2 lah. Yeah. So they asked me to pick up the contest chair role. Yeah. We had it last Thursday.
I see. Good experience, contest chair. Force people to join.
Yeah. Keep texting everyone, even people that I don't know. When are you guys having your contest?
Someone want to answer? I think it's 16 March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's no announcement yet, so I think it's 16 March.
Yeah, I think it's 16 March also.
What you think? You're not contestant? I'm gonna ask you.
But no need to prepare, ma. Table topic.
Hey, Chichi need even more time to prepare, leh. Right? Or maybe for you all, no need lah. I can simply say. Need more time to prepare. For me lah. Can. No pressure. Just keep it easy.
Enjoy for fun only lah. No chance in winning.
What time is our meeting resume?
8:30, right?
Yeah, anytime now.
So we wait for the guests to come back, right? From the breakout room.
Yeah, 8 more seconds for them. Hello. Okay, welcome back. Welcome everyone. Now I would like to call the meeting to order and pass it back to our Natalie, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, MJ. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to lend your ears to the much-awaited session, the project speeches? So for our first speaker for tonight is Sun Sheng. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce the name, but I think it's Sun Sheng from Top Girls Toastmasters Club, who will be delivering Persuasive Influence Level 2 Project 1, Understanding Your Leadership Style. Before I call upon the speaker, I would like to introduce him. And when I asked him, how can I introduce you? He told me, anyway, do. I don't really know how to because this is my first time seeing him virtually. He says, anyway, do. So he's wearing a blue shirt today. And he looks like he's in his office. And he says that he's nervous and he hopes that he has prepared enough. So, Sheng. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Sheng. Sheng, would you just say it? Would you just say it, Sheng? Thank you. The stage is yours.
Thank you, TME, for the peaceful introduction. Let me pin the timer. You will be a good leader. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. That's what my teacher told me when I was being selected as a head prefect in my primary school. While I ensure you, each of you could be a good leader. You might not born to be one, but you can always learn to be one. Hear me out. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to share you a tips. Be a leader who masters multiple styles. Why so? Let's start when I was selected as the head prefect. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I would be lying if I told you a 12 years old know what is leadership all about. Yet, I always demanded myself to set a good example, be polite, and always take care of others' feelings, even no one else did. That's what I do. I throw the rubbish, I clean the whiteboard, I help the teacher. And I believe that's what set me different from the others, the leadership quality. I kept all this down close to me, even when I became the president in my secondary school Taekwondo club. My committees was my friend. Yeah, they are always busy, but I believe by staying committed and helping and take care of their feeling, we will be fine. You see, we are Form 5. They are busy, I understand. That's why I aim for us to achieve happy and fun throughout the year. That's what I do. I give laughter, I give jokes. I want to make sure they have a blast. After all, keeping everyone together should be what a leader should do, right? Not until I met Nura. Nura was my assistant manager when I was being selected as an event manager in my university Taekwondo club too. See, I took care of Nura's emotion. I always tell her step by step what to do, what to expect. But somehow, we didn't make a great team, and they always left much to be desired in our event. I am confused. Seeing me in buffer, my president suggested me to let her take the lead. Having someone else to do my job, ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't that mean I'm slacking off? Yet we gave it a try because to turn things around. To my surprise, Nora has some great ideas. By great, I mean incredible. And she always left our discussion open. She asked for my opinion whenever we discuss before we finalize anything. I don't remember how many people we recruited, but one thing for sure, she seems involved. I'm curious. I did so less, yet Nora seems so involved. That's when I realized a leadership should show empowerment, mutual understanding. A leader doesn't need to do it all, after all. Just when I thought I get a hold of what a leadership is, it slapped me up when I wasn't chosen for the president the next year. Instead, Dee, who was my best friend, was chosen. I mean, Dee was efficient, but he only been here for 1 year. This is my 3rd year running. And he's been so harsh to others, like someone complained to me. He always being too strict. He doesn't show empowerment. So why, master, why? I blast it out to my master. Yet he replied me, calmly. Shane, would you say when someone underperforms? Master, I will talk to them. I believe we can get it solved. Before I say anything else, my master further highlighted that he noticed a lot of members were clearly underperformed. That includes our committee. And I decided to let them slip past, believing they would bounce back, but they never did. Time, ladies and gentlemen, was wasted in all those explanations, in all those efforts to make them realize. I thought by empowering them, they will do just great. That's when I realized a leader should never compromise pace to achieve the result. Looking back, ladies and gentlemen, I have been an affiliative leader who prioritized relationship in my primary school. I have been a democratic leader because of Nora to get her mutual understanding and her involvement. And I certainly be a pace-setting leader in order to achieve results, to be firm towards those underperformed. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get to choose who I lead. Instead, they teach me every time to be a better leader. That's why I would like to tell you, be adaptive. Be adaptive so you can lead everyone. To put it in the most Toastmaster way, leading is like speaking. You can't just make funny jokes in meeting with your bosses, and you can't certainly be too serious with a baby. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here. Hope you learned something today. Thank you. Back to you, Tiami.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunshine. You did a great job. Let's give him a round of applause. And you said that you're nervous, but I don't think you are nervous. And you said that you hope that you're prepared enough. I think you're fully prepared for this. You've done a great job. Now, our second speaker for tonight is our President Juan, who will be delivering strategic relationship level 1 project 2 feedback and evaluation. Before I call upon this speaker, When I asked him, how can I introduce you? He also said, based on my opinion. Okay, based on my opinion, I told him. I think Dren is a great president. He is a lecturer, and I would like to say, based on my opinion, when you give your speeches, you really sound like my lecturer. And you really remind me of my lecturer. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmasters Dren. Dren, weird friends. Weird friends, Dren. The stage is yours.
Dear students, I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to picture yourself having people that cares about you without any agenda. Someone who wants to see your achievements of your dreams. Someone that encourage you to grow all through your mess that you have. Who came into your mind? You can type those people into the chat. I have people like this too. When I was in secondary school, I used to be in the Scouts. And as Scouts, I love it because we need to have marching training every day before the first class. And the session will always be extended. So I actually have a free ticket, the ticket to be late for my first lesson in school. I remember I was in Form 2, 14 years old. As usual, I was late to class. That is my first day of the new year. So my first day, 3rd of January, I remember. And then I walk into the class, I walk through the back door. Then I look in front. There's no more seat. There's only one there. And then there's this person, he said, come sit beside me. I let you touch me. When I hear that, I was shocked and I said something. Would you like to guess what I said? I said, okay, let's do it. So that's the weird friend number 1. That's how we met. Let me share with you my second weird friend. This friend, he punched the wall and broke his bone. Punched the wall, you didn't hear it wrongly. He punched the wall and broke his bone at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's not the weirdest thing. What's more weird is, after he broke his bone, he silently walked out of his house, ran to the hospital by himself. That time he was only 15 years old. Amazing, right? That friend, when we asked, what happened? Why did you do that? I was heartbroken. My crush rejected me. So now I'd like to share with you this third friend. This friend enjoys ice cream so much. He loves ice cream, really, so much. Imagine this. How much? We went for buffet dinner, and after the meal, he said, can you get me an ice cream? We said, yes. Then we bring him 1 liter of ice cream. So if you see my bottle, it's somewhere near here. This much of ice cream. So we bring him this much of ice cream, and the weirdest thing is, he didn't eat it like how we usually eat ice cream. He stirs it until it melts, then he drinks it. Come on, it's weird, right? So that's my 3 weirdest friends that I have. These weird friends are fascinating. They are so weird, but they are precious. Eventually, these friends became my very close friends. It's been 12 years since I know them. 12 years. I know them since 14 years old. And this year, I just disclosed my age. And we still hang out very frequently. Very frequently. Almost every day. But this situation doesn't let us hang out almost every day. So I wish to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, friends can be weird. Weird friends brings me happiness, and my happiness brings me health and my wealth. I really love my friends and I cherish them for who they are in my life. They may have been weird, but they are all kind and they care about me. Without any agenda, they are someone who wants to see me achieve my dreams. They are someone who encourages me to grow despite of the mess that I'm in. So I sincerely thank them for the company that they give, the encouragement that they provide, and the presence when I need them or I don't need them. Sometimes when I don't need them, I ask them to go away, they're still here. So my message today is to appreciate the people around you. Maybe they are weird. Maybe they do things that doesn't suit your judgment. Maybe they are just them. So despite who are they have been kind and helpful. So make them feel how you feel. I urge you to say the two magic words, thank you, to them. So be appreciative to them because today is a peaceful day. And just like tomorrow and after tomorrow, peaceful comes from us, is under our control. We have control over what happens to us and how we react to it. Maybe not always what happens to us, but how we reacted to it is always within our control. So today, right after my speech, bring up your phone. Say thank you to the people around you. Send them a message. Just thank you. If you want to shortcut, just TY. Then they will say, why are you so weird today? That's being me. So with that, thank you for coming to this meeting. Thank you for being my friends. And thank you for listening to my speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Natalie.
Thank you, Toastmasters Jen. Your speech really reminds me of a weird colleague that I have. So I work in a dessert shop as a part-timer. So in dessert shop, we need to cook our black pearls and all those, you know. So one day there was this colleague, he's already been fired by my boss because he's weird. So we were supposed to cook the black pearls with boiling water and you have to on the fire. So one day I saw him cooking without the fire on. And I asked him, why didn't you on the fire? And he told me that because we have to wait for the water to boil, like really boil, then only we pour the black pearl in and we start cooking. And he said, I don't want the water to splash on my hands. So painful, so hard. Really reminds me of him, weird people. Anyways, we have heard two great, fantastic speeches from our excellent speakers. They have raised their standards in speaking again this evening by completing a speech project. Let us all give them a thunderous applause for their courage and spirit to excel. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, please vote for the best speaker. And with that, I have the pleasure to hand control to the General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Safura, to preside over the evaluation session.
All right. Thank you so much, Natalie, for an awesome job. Give her a round of applause. I believe this is her first time being TME. Am I correct? Am I correct?
It's my second time.
Okay, second time. Okay. But whatever it is, you did a flawless job. So with that, it is my turn to handle the third part of the meeting, which is the evaluation session. And I was wondering, normally in my club, just to share, we usually have the break after the prepared speeches so that the evaluators would have time to breathe and prepare the evaluation. But in this situation, they are sprinting. So I hope it's okay with you. Beyond, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right,
Yes.
awesome. So now to evaluate Sen Sheng, we have Beyond. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much to our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmasters Safura. First of all, I would like to congratulate our first speaker, Sen Sheng, for completing your Level 2 Project 1, Understanding Your Leadership Style. You have successfully achieved the speech objective by identifying your leadership style. So you are a person with a combination of pace setting, affiliate leadership style, and democratic leadership style. So you have done a very good job to identifying your leadership style in this project. And you did share with us the aspect of this leadership style in your speech as well. With that, you have done a very good job in achieving the objective of this speech. I really enjoy your speech today. What I like about your speech today is you had made good use of your hand gesture. At the beginning of your speech, you actually catch our attention with your exaggerate hand gesture. So this is a very good in delivering your speech with making good use of your hand gesture. And the second point, what I like about your speech today is you give a valuable message to the audience. The variable message, as you said, is be adaptive. So based on your leadership style study today, you give us a valuable message saying that be adaptive so you can be a great leader. So you can leave everyone, you can give everyone a good leader. All right, and a couple of suggestions of improvement from me today is I would suggest you to ask questions to the audience from your sharing just now. I do see you include questions in your speech. You were saying, would you say or would you feedback if someone underperformed? You might ask this to the audience to have better interactions or connections to the audience. For example, you can ask fellow Toastmaster and guests, would you give feedback if you find someone is underperformed? Or you can say, please give me a thumbs up reactions. If you are a person, if you are a leader who will give feedback to your people, if you find he is underperformed, he is not growing. Yeah, so this is my first suggestions to you. And the second suggestions to you is to show emotions when you are delivering your speech. For example, when you are not selected to be the leader, you are so sad. So show your sadness, show your happiness in your speech so that we can feel you and we can connect with you better. Yeah, so this is my suggestions to you. So all in all, you have done a very good job. You achieved the speech objective. You have made good use of your hand gesture. You leave good message, the main value to us. And two suggestions from me is to ask questions to the audience, to have better connections with the audience, and to show your emotions when delivering the speech. So that is all from me. Looking forward to hear from you again. Back to you, our GE. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Byung. I always love to also hear from the speaker. What did you think of the evaluation by your evaluator? If you can just share a bit of what your thought. Did she hit, are those things that she said something that crossed your mind?
This was new. Yes, in terms of the expression, I think I still need to work on it, because for the previous speech, I also have encountered this comments on involving, especially on sadness, because as a man who enjoy laughter, it's very hard to be sad at the same time. So yeah, but it's really, when everyone is telling you, means there's something you need to look into, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, great. So it's good that you are reflecting on the feedback and evaluation, so good job. What I liked about Byung's evaluation, she was very specific about the examples of what is good and what she thought could be better. So good job, Byung. It was a I have to make sure that I use the word of the day. It was a peaceful evaluation. There was no emotional roller coaster. So with that, let us go to our second evaluator who will be evaluating Joanne, and we have Jenny. So Jenny, the screen is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Right, Toastmasters, Joanne, you really have very weird friends. Right, before I go on with my evaluation for you, I would like to briefly talk about the purpose statement of your speech. That is to present a speech of any topic and receive feedback so that you can apply it to your second speech. With that, I would like in this evaluation, I would like to give you my points of opinions. So I'll be telling you 3 things that you did well and 3 things that you could improve on and bring your speech to the next level. So I shall begin with the first part, that is things that you did well. So the first thing is I like about how you engage with your audiences, which shows that you had a very good audience awareness and you know how to like pull your audience to you. So that, like, for example, the first part, how you started your speech, you came up with a statement and asked us to think whether we have friends that are just like what you mentioned, like, oh, people who would go through the hard times with you, things like that. So it really bring me in and like really think about it, and I would want to like think about, oh, so what is he going to talk about? So that's the first point. And then the second point is I really find your speech very interesting. Why I say that? First, your topic, your title is already like giving me the suspense, like, weird friends, what is he going to talk about? And then the second thing, when you were slowly disclosing your first weird friend, and then it made me like laugh quite a lot. Then it also gave me a suspense, like, okay, he has said his first friend already. How many more weird friends does he have? So it pulls me into like wanting to know more about your speech. So that really made me like about your speech in this point. And then the third point is your comfort level. From what I could see in my screen, it seems like you're very comfortable with telling your story. It doesn't seem like a speech to me, you know. It feels like you're just telling a story to your friend of how you met the weird friends and how your friendships have been so long. So from here, I could tell that you are quite an experienced speaker from the comfort level that you have shown. All right, so now that you know what you did well, and now I would tell you the things to improve on, which could bring your speech to the next level. So the first thing is your eye contact. So I noticed that there are many instances that you were looking at the screen, perhaps, and it made you like less engaging with your audiences in this sense, because you were looking at the screen instead of the webcam itself. So one suggestion to how to have that, improve that eye contact level, I would suggest you put on a note and put it next to your webcam and shows and says like, put it on note and says that, look here. Then so that gives you it reminds you every time you look at your computer or your screen, and there's like something to tell you, hey, look here, look here. Next thing is your virtual background. So you have your virtual background on, and there are a few instances that I find the virtual background was overlapping with your hand gestures and you as a person. So I kind of find it a little bit distracting. So one suggestion is either you switch off your virtual background and then have your speech somewhere with a white color background, so that will minimize your the distraction for your audiences. And the last point is the plot of your content. You know, the starting part of your content, like the first half of the content, there was a lot of suspense where you were slowly disclosing all your three weird friends, and then suddenly it went down like that, right straight down and tell about the take-home message that you want to give your audience. So it felt like, oh, it fell down a little bit too fast. So what I would suggest is, before you even tell us about the take-home message that you want your audience to have, is because since your title is about weird friends and you already told like what are the things your weird friends have done, so maybe you could bring yourself into the speech, into the story, and tell us maybe what are the weird things you've done with your weird friends. Then later on, you can tell us about the take-home message. I believe that would be better. But all in all, I think you did a really good job, because I don't know how many times I've laughed at a speech and I really enjoyed it. So thank you for that. And back to you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jenny. So now, just a quick, what do you think of the evaluation, Juan?
I think Jenny is very encouraging. I felt very nice after the evaluation.
Okay, awesome. That's it, right, Jen? Okay, awesome. Peaceful feedback from Jen on the evaluator. So what I liked about Jen Lee, definitely, she was very encouraging. She was very positive. She included a lot of examples, of specific examples of what she liked and what she thought could be improved. Just two things from me as a GE. One, even though it does say that generally the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator, you could also try to figure out what is the actual objective of his speech. Is it to persuade? Is it to inform? Or is it to entertain? So you could, if you could zoom into what you thought is the objective of his speech, then you can give better evaluation on the impact of his speech. So that's one thing I hope everybody would think about, because when they give something general like this, it's good for you to talk about what you thought the objective was about. So for me personally, I thought it was to entertain. Definitely there's a call for action of thinking of a takeaway, but it is to entertain, especially when you look at the title Weird Friends. And the second part, timing. Be cautious about the timing, because you did go beyond the evaluation time. I believe the timer already showed the bell. The correct timer, Charlene? Okay, all right, great. So that's my feedback to the evaluator. Apart from that, good job, Jenny. Right, now we are ready for our technical role players. So let us now welcome our our grammarian who will be giving the language evaluation, Malati. The screen is yours.
UGE. Well, good evening, everyone. So this is my report for today. Word of the day, peaceful. Juan mentioned it 6 times. Natalie mentioned it once, and G. Safura just mentioned it once. So you have got 1 score there, right? So generally correct use of tense and grammar. I have to mention that. Area to improve is very minimum, though I was very picky throughout the session. When referring to someone, it should be mentioned as whom instead of a which is to be used for object. So just to take in mind. Creative use of language. This I have got a lot of points to share here. So in the beginning, Michael mentioned about food brings people together. G.E. Safura mentioned about showing off limited ability. I think that's very interesting. Hui Chi mentioned about touch people's heart and emotions in everyone. Sen Cheng said that you might not born to be one, but you can learn to be one. And he also mentioned that be attentive to lead everyone. Last Juan's speech, he mentioned that happiness brings health and wealth. Appreciate people around you despite who they are. So this is my report for today. Overall, I've got a lot of good things to say. I would say that overall it was good uses of English throughout the session. Yeah, thank you.
All right, awesome. A round of applause to Malati for being very attentive to our language usage. Although I did use the word peaceful 3 times. It's okay. No worries, I just like to tease. So next, let us have my nemesis, the R counter, or with the report on the pause fillers. And we have Michael to do that. The screen's yours, Michael.
Thanks, GE Safura. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible? Okay, good, thanks. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is my pause filler report for today's session. So, in general, there was very few pause fillers used during the session. For each participant, there was less than five. There was 5 or less uses of pause fillers for today's session. The most used pause fillers, a couple of them are and However, generally across the board, very limited pause fillers, and compliments to all the members and guests that were speaking for this session today. That's it for my pause filler report. Back to you, GE Safura.
All right, awesome. I always get scared when the R counter has slides. But good job on it to summarize everything just by showing it and not repeating what it is all about. And I had 3, so it's okay. When I started off, I had 35. So it's a good improvement. So now let us go to our Rolex queen or king. I'm not sure. Let me see. Who's the queen? Yes, timer, Charlene with a timing report.
Thank you. 1 second, yeah. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible? No.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So for the calling the meeting to order, the allocated time is 5 minutes. The actual time taken is 5 minutes and 12 seconds. For the president's opening address, the allocated time is 4 to 5 minutes. He took 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And for the commencement of the meeting, introduction to Toastmasters, KBTC, and role players, the allocated time is 6 to 8 minutes. The actual time taken is 6 minutes and 44 seconds. And for the impromptu speech session, the table topics, the allocated time is 23 minutes. The actual time taken was 22 minutes and 16 seconds in total. Before I go to the table topics evaluation, I'll talk about the speakers first. The first speaker, Jean, her allocated time is 3 minutes. She took 1 minute and 20 seconds. Michael took 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Callie took 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Safura took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And Chi took 1 minute and 23 seconds. And for the table topics evaluation, the allocated time is 5 to 7 minutes. The actual time taken is 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And for the prepared speeches, Sun Sheng took 7 minutes and 37 seconds. Juan took 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And for the evaluation session, Bi-Young took 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and Jean Yi took 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And as for Malati, she took 1 minute and 18 seconds, and Michael took 50 seconds. And as for mine, I didn't really count mine.
All right, awesome job. Give a round of applause to all our technical role players and also evaluators. Can I have a round of applause for all of them? All right, awesome. So now it is my turn to give my overall evaluation of the session. And let me start off with things I liked about the meeting. It was on time. We started on the dot, 7:30. But before even studying it, the people were welcoming the guests. So we're trying to keep everybody encouraged and reminded everybody about, you know, why we are here. I loved also the opening where you started. What was the one thing that made you feel peaceful by the ASAA as a warm up? I was really hoping that somebody will call on me, because I wanted to say what made me feel peaceful is when I'm in the shower, but nobody picked on me. You know, at first I wanted to say sleep, but MJ I think said that sleeping was his thing. So I said, okay, what's the second thing? It's in the shower. And I'm sure some of you here will agree with me. You're most peaceful either in the shower, or some of you who are not shy, they would say on the throne. So, you know, I leave it to your imagination. But good job on that, making it warming people up to the meeting. I also again applaud the Toastmaster of the evening, because you did a wonderful job in especially sharing members' achievement. And I hardly see this in other clubs sharing members' achievement as an opening when they introduce the club. Am I okay or am I lagging? Because I see that, you know, I don't know, my internet is a bit bonkers today.
You're okay.
Okay, great. I loved also that somebody renamed the role players, because I was thinking about renaming myself GE, but somebody did that for me. So good job on that. Again, back to the TME, shared the background of the Toastmasters International and the club. So again, well prepared, really, really did a good job, wonderful job. I also loved the table topic master, MJ, again, back to you. You had very simple, fun, peaceful topics to share today, which was easy to actually for some of us to have pointers to share, you know, rather than some roomy poetry or some ad hoc, you know, topic. So that was really awesome. I also love the evaluator for giving really great tips and room for improvement. What else? I think overall the evaluators were good. The technical role players were on spot. What I thought could be better, just a couple of things. One is when you use PowerPoints, make sure it's on slideshow rather than using the presentation mode, you know, because it is distracting. Because people will be wondering what comes next. They will be looking at the sidebar rather than the actual content. Apart from that, I think nothing much. Love the meeting, love the energy, and good job. Keep it up. Look forward in the opportunity whenever I can to come visit soon. Maybe, you never know, I might try to do a speech in Mandarin. But then probably if somebody gives me evaluation back in Mandarin, I will be 不知道, 不知道. Okay, with that, back to you. Is it to the TME or to the president?
Testing, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Before we go on, we would love to vote for the best evaluator as well. Once again.
Oh, yeah, this is one thing I forgot. I wanted to sort of comment. Usually when there's only two speakers, we don't do voting because they might fight. They might have a Russian-Ukrainian war. So that's my final comment.
Thank you, Sakura. Oh, a little disclaimer. So, reason why we vote for, despite how many speakers, because we appreciate everyone's effort of preparing the speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, to continue, I would love to share with you a few things. First of all, I would like to share with you some achievement that our members achieved. So, first one is Young achieving the first runner-up in testimonial design contest. Reason why I use the word first runner-up instead of the second place, because first is better than second. So first runner-up in the testimonial contest design. So please give her a round of applause, either virtual, physical. You want to stand up, you want to shout, also can. Okay, maybe not. So secondly, besides Biyang, we also have Biyang's mentor, Hui Chi, achieving double champion in international speech and table topic contests. So she have achieved both first place in one contest. I mean, two contests, but on same day. So it is so difficult. And I also like to take this opportunity to share with you. This Saturday, we have our double champion, Hui Chi, to train us on how to be better in table topics. So this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Please join us. It's going to be a quite informal session. It's more like a sharing session from Hui Chi. So join us. For guests, if you want to come, Farhan, feel free to join us as well. It will be an informal one, and Hui Chi will be sharing with us how to be better in table topics. What are some tips and techniques that we can use there? So PM me if you sign up for it. If I don't see your PM, I will PM you. So with that, that's the achievement. And I would also like to take this opportunity to go on to the next session. If you see the agenda, there's something called the round table talk. What is that? I'm doing this before the awards, so it have a better flow. This round table talk is more like a sharing in one question. We have been Toastmasters for quite some time. Even the newest member here have been maybe 6 months. So I'd like to understand from members' perspective. Usually in our meeting, we let the guests to share their opinion, their feelings. But today, our members' opinion is more appreciated. I mean, it's more focused. So let's go one round. Everybody will take turn. Then I will share and then I pick the next person. So the question is, what have Toastmasters helped you in real life? Or how have Toastmasters helped you in real life? I will allow 30 seconds of thinking and then I will start my answers.
Sorry, Joanne, can you repeat your question? I dropped off a bit.
Okay, I typed the question in the chat. How have Toastmasters helped you in real life? So my answer is, Toastmasters help me, besides the typical presentation, communication, actually boosts my confidence level. Reason is I learned how to not care about how I look in front of the stage anymore. I learned how to be making fun of myself, know how to be silly, letting other people laugh at me, saying my own. I understand that these things, no matter how bad we do, people will forget. But in the opposite, no matter if we did greatly, let's say a speech, a message that we did so well, people will remember for life. So that's how I gain my confidence in Toastmasters. With that, I'm going to pick the second one from the lesson of feedback from Safura. Safura, I would like to pick you on how Toastmasters have helped you.
You're picking on me?
Yeah.
Not enough of listening to me, is it? How has Toastmaster helped me? I believe it has helped me to be a more focused speaker, because before I joined Toastmasters, I tend to go on and on and on without actually going straight to the point of the whole thing, because I thought that I need to give the speaker the whole background of the purpose of whatever I'm saying. But in actual fact, I lose the audience when I do that. So when I joined Toastmasters, it helped me really hit the nail on the head when it comes to speech objectives, the purpose of the speech, and things like that. So for me, that is how Toastmasters has helped me in real life. I'm able to speak better, be focused in my messaging, and give clarity to what message that I want the audience to understand. So with that, because you picked me, I can pick somebody else, right, Joanne? Right. So with that, I will go to Peter. Don't act surprised, Peter. You know I was going to pick on you.
Thank you, Sakura. How Toastmaster have helped me? First of all, I believe Toastmaster helped me to understand that people like to listen to stories. So before Toastmaster, I never thought of speeches as stories, but right now, I would think, how do I make my point and tell an interesting story before I conclude? And that is one very good takeaway. And the other one is the objective of a speech. So before I give a speech, I always have to think with the end in mind. What is the objective? What is the takeaway? And how can I deliver that effectively? So these are two of the great aspect of Toastmasters that have helped me. Back to who should I pick? Let me pick Biang. Biang, over to you.
Thank you, Peter. So for myself, I found Toastmaster helped me a lot, especially in my career, because I work as a project coordinator, where basically I have to deal with almost everyone from different departments in my company. I have to deal with vendors from different countries. I have to deal with sales. I have to deal with marketing, even HR. I can say almost every department in my company. And I have a meeting almost every day in my company. So I'm the one who usually chair the meeting. So Toastmaster has helped to build up my confidence of speaking in front of my colleague, even though they are bosses, they are people from other country, but I speak confidently with them. So before that, I was a person who is very shy to speak in the public, but right now I can speak confidently in front of people. And another thing, what Toastmaster has helped me is my vocal variety. Usually in the meeting, right, when people hear from me, it tends to lose their attentions. But right now, when I speak, I draw people attentions. People, they want to hear from me, and everyone, they are attentive in the meeting. Yeah. So that's all from me. So I would like to pass to Malati.
I'll pass to Kelly. I believe that Kelly wanted to, yeah. I will go after Kelly.
Thank you, Malati. All right. For me, Toastmasters has actually trained my confidence, because since I joined Toastmasters, whenever people ask me to join their talk or any virtual sharing at their place, the most recent one is at Segi College. So I did a presentation and / sharing session with their students. So with Toastmasters training, all the experience I had, I won't hesitate to take up this kind of role as a sharing or speaker. So I feel easy when people ask me, do you want to share your experience on at my company, at my event or whatever, I will just say yes. So it gives me some kind of more exposure. So and also it also helps me to train my English speaking, I can say, because usually in daily life, the people I face daily we are all speaking in Mandarin. So I rarely speak Mandarin, I rarely speak English in my real life. So in Toastmasters, I can practice so that my English doesn't get rusty, my speaking doesn't get rusty, so I can maintain it. Yeah. So that's all. Thank you, Melody. Back to you.
Right. Thanks, Kavi. As for myself, I think I have made a speech, second speech to talk about my journey in Toastmasters. So you all can go back and refer to that. But anyway, I have to say that I joined the club. The first thing I wanted to improve on back then was my pause fillers. My challenge was not about the language, it's about who I'm interacting with, because on day-to-day basis, I'm interacting with Australians, for my job. When I'm talking to them, I always feel intimidated, though I know that I don't speak that bad. So my need back then because I noticed that having pause fillers sort of pull down the confidence level, as though that you do not know your stuff. Though you can be very good in your content and you can be a subject matter expert. So I think today when I'm seeing my report in the R counter that, most I had only one pause fillers, I take it that it's a biggest improvement. Another thing to share is, of course, it's been a big challenge to, participate in speech and having everything prepared. I told myself initially that, okay, since I've signed up, at least just finish first level. As I'm doing all the speech, I can see that I'm progressing. I'm taking a lot of conscious effort in talking. I can really see that improvement in me. So what else to say? I really don't know. I'm very thankful because I joined this club at the right time. I wish that I could have done it before. In terms of benefits, I can just say a lot. And just to share a continuation from my second speech, my colleague who sort of told me that I did so well, she has also joined Toastmaster. So I think we are always there to tell people that there is a very it's ideal avenue like Toastmaster Club for anyone to join and improve themselves. Yeah. So it's been a wonderful journey. I will pass to Michael.
Thanks, Malati. Good evening, everyone. In regards to how has Toastmasters helped me in my real life? So I think as every member knows here, which I've shared actually, that the reason why I joined Toastmasters is at the recommendation of one of my bosses, who sort of noticed that whenever I give my presentations or whenever I speak to the stakeholders, my clients. So I tend to be a bit choppy whenever in terms of delivery of my message. Pause fillers, awkward silences, etc. You name it. So definitely. So at the appraisal his appraisal session with me on a few months back, so he sort of recommended me, hey Mike, why don't you try and join Toastmasters? Give it a go. It's like it's a safe place for you to prove yourself and helps you build the competence and the proficiency in terms of communication. Because myself as a consultant in one of the big four accounting firms, I definitely need to know how to interact because interaction with stakeholders, dealing with clients, is what I do every day. So it's one of those things that I need to cultivate in order to make it to the next level. Thus, I signed up for Toastmasters in October of 2021. So it's been around 5 months, and although I'm still at the infancy stage of my Toastmasters journey, however, I am starting to see the embers, I would say, of my efforts in joining Toastmaster sessions over these last 5 months. Definitely being able to, hey, you know what, just have that confidence to just speak. Whatever happens, happens. I think Toastmasters has definitely sort of imprinted that mindset to me whenever I approach calls or meetings with my clients. And also, I'm also trying to find a way, my style of speaking, instead of, because I believe Toastmasters will give me that avenue to sort of try and find myself and try and find what makes me in terms of delivering that. So that is something that I am trying to work towards, instead of being a bit more curated. So trying to be a bit more natural, trying to develop that natural flow. So yep, I guess that is it on my end. Right, I would hand it over to Natalie.
Okay, thank you, Michael. To me, before I joined Toastmasters I was 18 back then. My grandma introduced me to this club. She found it through a magazine. I was really hesitant to join because I was only 18. I told her I don't want, I'm still young, I just finished high school. And she forced me to. So I have no choice. I joined. And during the first time, she paid for me. She paid for my membership fees the first time. And then I joined the meeting. At first, because I was alone, so I called my friends with me. So whenever my friend don't follow me to the meeting, right, I don't go. The time we were still going back to the physical meeting, I don't go. And then I skip a lot of meetings every week. I don't really go. In a month, I only go there like once, or sometimes I don't go at all. And then slowly, even when we became online meeting, I skipped a lot of meetings. And then I realized that I really have trouble with my confidence. I don't really speak to other people that I don't know. If you know me, I'm a very quiet person. And I'm also having trouble with my presentation in my college and my university now. So I started to go back for meetings and all. And then I actually really like this meeting, surprisingly. And then now I'm still here and I hope to improve. And it really fixed my confidence a lot. That's all. And now I will pass it to MJ.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I think that the first thing that the Toastmaster helped me to improve in is my English speaking, because mother tongue, I believe most of us speak Chinese. So joining Toastmaster do help me to improve my English. Secondly, build my confidence in speaking. No matter what I say, no matter did I make any grammatical mistake, I speak confidently. Just ignore and keep talking. Someone once told me, if you don't feel awkward, the other people will feel awkward. So as long as I speak confident, I would not feel awkward, then I should be good. Then second, thirdly, that Toastmaster helped me in my building network, building relationship, which helped me to interact in this very friendly environment. Let me to make friends with a lot of people here because everyone is friendly. So also builds my ability to build my network and build new relationship with my clients or even my colleagues in my work. That's all. Thank you. Next, let's pass to Mandy. Mandy, are you there? Okay, maybe she's not there. How about Jin Yi? Have Jin Yi share? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so before coming in the Toastmasters, I've always think that Toastmasters is here to help me out with building my confidence in speaking, which in fact it has helped me in real life. But one of the things that I noticed after joining slowly is that it also helps me to build up on my listening skills. Because I have been like, I work in the marketing industry, so there are many instances where I need to go out with my clients and then meet up with them and then brainstorm with them. So there are a lot of times where they like people to listen to them, and then like that gives them like a boost of, I don't know, affirmation and acknowledgement. So being in a Toastmasters meeting, although I've not been here for a long time, like just 1 year after all, it does boost that listening skill. Like it helps me to pick on things very specifically, because in a stretch, one and a half hour to 2 hours meeting, I only spend like 5 to 7 minutes talking if let's say I'm giving a speech. But most of the time I'm here to listen to other people speak. So that actually came in as a surprise on how it helped me in real life. Yeah. And now I will pass this on to Charlene. Has Charlene spoken?
Thanks, Jamie. I guess okay, before joining Toastmasters, I was always, I don't know, daunted by the idea of Toastmasters because you have to speak in public, right? Now I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna speak in public. Like that's way too scary. That's just too much. I mean, even though I'm a very, very, very talkative person, like I'm not joking. Like if you know me and like, yeah, I can talk your ear off. But yeah, speaking in public has always been something that is so daunting. Like you're facing like a crowd of people, you know, you don't know them, or I don't know, they may know you, but you know, all eyes on you. That whole idea is just scary. But you know, upon joining Taylor's for my university, I don't know, it was a very spontaneous decision to actually join Toastmasters. I figured like, okay, you know, how bad can it be, you know, just speaking in front of a crowd? And you know what? It's okay. It's okay if I screw up or like, you know, I mess up, I, you know, have like a bunch of like pause fillers or I don't know, I start, you know, mumbling or like mispronouncing words or whatever it is. I'm like, okay, it's fine. You know, like we all learn, right? So I decided like, yeah, okay, just join now. It's fine. I don't think people are here to judge. And yeah, I was right. Like when I joined as a guest, everyone was so friendly and I was just shocked. I was like, wow, like people are so nice. And that is actually what made me join Toastmasters. It's not because, you know, no, not just because I want to improve on, you know, my public speaking skills and also get over the fear of public speaking. But, you know, the main reason I joined was because of how friendly my club was then. And they are still, you know, incredibly friendly. So yeah, one thing that Toastmasters has definitely helped me is to build on my confidence and also on how to actually structure a speech, because I think it's not something that we do every day, right? You know, we just talk to people as per normal. We don't really, I guess, like have a whole speech in our head when we talk. So that has helped me a lot in structuring my speech, like the introduction, like what is, you know, attention grabbing, you know, in your introduction, and you know, how do you maintain that attention in your body and throughout? And then how do you end with, a successful conclusion that, people would, remember when after the meeting is over? And yeah, so that's all from me. Yeah, that's what Toastmasters has benefited me. And yeah, thank you. I'll pick who hasn't gone yet. Sensheng. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so sorry.
Oh, no problem. Seng Sheng, it's just Seng Sheng.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep in mind.
For me, I don't, as someone who, or like Chen-Li, who likes to talk, I don't really boost confidence in terms of speaking when I join. Instead, I find myself a place where I can just speak. Have you ever experienced the happiness in speaking? I found speaking very happy, enjoying, and it used to be, but after when you work, you need to speak to your bosses, your colleague. It's not necessarily something very fun because it's work. So you don't speak to your heart content. You don't talk anything you want. And yeah, this is like a platform for me to just share whatever I want, to have free crowd, free white mouse to listen to me. They can't argue. They just listen, and yeah, it's really, in a way, it's very fun. And in technical way, it really forced me to, peacefully to craft my speech, to be prepared to, because I'm someone who procrastinate a lot. And it just forced me to scope out that time to do something you like, because I like speaking, so I need to spend time. So he just make it clear for me. Yeah, I think that's what Toastmaster is doing to me. Nice to meet you all. And next, I think I'll pass to Azrim.
Azrim, Farhan is our guest. So, and Farhan is still shy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I didn't expect you have so many things to share. I thought we just have one or two things and then we'll make it really quick. So, noticing that our time is up, so without further ado, I will pass the control over to our awards presentation, last session. Over to you, Natalie.
Okay, so now is our presentation session, and topic speaker is Fura, our general evaluator.
All right, I will help to take photo. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm done.
Okay, next will best prepared speech speaker is Jen.
All right, congratulations, Jen. 3, 2, 1. All right.
And then best evaluator. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So I will help myself. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right.
And then best role player is
All right, congratulations. 3, 2, 1. All right.
presenting our appreciation.
We will begin our last appreciation to our GE. Thank you, Safura.
Thank you. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thank you so much. 谢谢你。
Okay, so this comes to the end of the meeting. I hope you have enjoyed the meeting as much as I do, being your Toastmaster of the evening. And that's it for today.
Bye. Thank
Everyone.
you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Take care, everyone.
Good night. Join us this Saturday, okay? Natalie, you joining home? You so soft, I can hear you, Natalie.
I didn't know that there is something on this Saturday.
Wow. Yeah, come on.
10 a.m.
10 to 11:30.
Let's see if I'm awake.
Huh? 10 you not yet awake? Ah? What time you want to wake up?
At 11.
Can 10 o'clock to 11:30. Come support Hui Shi. I scared nobody come.
Okay.
Huh? Your mic suddenly gone already. From just now awards for GE. If you're okay, you just give me that.
Okay.
Yeah. See you this Saturday. MJ also, huh?
Okay.
MJ muted lah.
If you remember to wake me up, then I